Hello students, welcome to my channel Basic Mathematics. Today we will discuss the exercise 13.2 of NCERT book. We will just discuss each problems and which will make you easy to solve them. Okay, let us start. Question number 1, 13.2, exercise 13.2, right? 13.2. Number 1, yes, what is given? Probability of A is 3 by 5. Probability of A is 3 by 5. That means probability of A is given. Then probability of B is also given. Probability of B is given. It is 1 by 5 and it is asked to find out the probability of A intersection B if A and B are two independent. If A and B are two independent events, then find probability of A intersection B. It is very easy. Why? When two events will be independent, if probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. Yes, using this, you put it here, it is 3 by 5 into 1 by 5. The result will be, right? So this is the probability, you can calculate the result. Yes, this is the probability of A intersection B. Now the second question is, what is that? Two cards are drawn at random. Two cards are drawn at random and without replacement. You see, this is the problem. Two cards are drawn at random and without replacement from a pack of 52 cards, playing cards. Find the probability that both cards are black. Find the probability that both the cards are black. Right? You see, two cards are drawn at random without replacement. Understand? That means we have to draw the cards one by one. And without replacement of the first one, we will draw the second card. So how many cards are there in a deck of 52 cards, right? There are 52 cards, right? Which contains how many? Yes, 13 heart, 13 diamond, and yes, 13 your clubs, and 13 spade, right? Out of these clubs and spade, these are two categories of cards which are black. So what is the question? Two cards are drawn at random without replacement from a deck of 52 cards. Find the probability that both the cards are black. Yes, out of 52, that means 26 are black. 26 black. Right? I am just discussing. You can solve the problem. 26 are black. So while we are drawing, the cards are well shuffled. So while we are drawing one card, the probability of getting one black card will be what? Now what is the number of cases favorable to us? It is 26, because there are 26 black balls inside in the deck. So if we are able to to draw one card out of these 26 cards, then it will be favorable to us. So here probability of getting black ball is equal to black is equal to what? 26 by 52. So it is 1 by 2. And the card is not replaced. Without replacement of the card, It is suppose event A. Suppose this is the event A to obtain a black card in the first draw. Right? And without replacement, we again draw the second card. Yes, we have to find out the conditional probability. What is the, suppose B is the event that the black card drawn is black, provided A has occurred. That means the first ball, if the first ball is black, what is the probability that the second card is also black? This is conditional probability, we have discussed it. If the first card drawn is a black card, what is the probability of getting the next card is a black, right? So you see, out of 26 black cards, we have already one black, right? So there are 25 remaining black cards. So if we can draw any one of these 25 cards, then it will be favorable to us. So it will be, number of cases favorable to us is 25. And what is the total number of cards are there? 51, because one card is already gone. We have drawn one card out of 52, right? So total number of cards remaining is 51, right? For the second draw. For the second draw, there are only 51 cards, out of which 25 are black. So probability of getting a black card in the second draw, provided that the first card is black, will be what? 25 by 51. And what is the question? The question is, find the probability that both the cards are black. Both the cards are black. That means it is A intersection B. A intersection B. A is the event that the first card drawn is black, right? B is the event that the event that of getting a black card in second. So A intersection B will be the event that both are black. Is it? Both cards are black. That means the first one is black and the second one is, and means it is intersection. That is intersection. Probability of AB, or which is probability of A intersection B from multiplication theorem. What is this? It is probability of A into probability of B, probability of B condition A. Right? You know probability of A, you know probability of B condition A, then it will be obtained. Right? Using this formula, we can find out the probability that both the cards are black. Okay? Now, let us come to the third question. What is that? You put the values of probability of A is this, probability of B, condition A, and you will get the result. Question 3. A box of oranges is inspected by examining 3 randomly selected oranges. Right? A box of oranges inspected by examining 3 randomly selected oranges drawn without replacement. That means we will draw the oranges one by one without replacement. We will draw one orange will not replace it. Then we will draw the second one, will not also we will not replace it. Then we will draw the third one. This is the procedure. If all the three oranges are good, if the oranges drawn, how many oranges? 3 oranges have been drawn. If all of them are good, the box is approved for sale. Yes, the box will be approved for sale. That means the vendor can sell that box, right? Box of oranges. Otherwise it is rejected. Otherwise the box will be rejected for sale, right? Yes. Find the probability that, this is the condition, find the probability that the box containing 15 oranges, out of which 12 are good and 3 are bad, ones will be approved for sale. Yes. A box contains 15, that is 12 good and 3 bad, right? Like this. So we will draw or we will pick up yes, we will draw or we will pick up one by one orange and test whether the orange drawn is good or bad. In the first case, suppose you draw a, what is the condition? The box should be approved. When it will be approved? If all the 3 oranges drawn are in good condition. So let us first find out that let A be the event. A, the first orange drawn is good, right? B be the event, second is good. C is the event, the third one is good. And we are drawing the oranges without replacement. We are drawing the oranges without replacement. Okay. So let us first find out what is the probability of A. That means what is the first orange is a good orange. That is it is in good condition. How many good oranges are there? 12 good. So probability of A will be what? Yes, probability of A will be 12 by 15. Then what is probability of B condition A? Because for approval all the 3 oranges should be good. If the first orange is not good, then it is not for sale. Anyway, so we have to assume that first, what is the condition? If the first drawal is a good orange, then what is the probability that the second one is also good? Yes, out of good, 1 has been drawn. So out of 12, there is only 11 for the second drawal, and out of 15 there is 14. So it is 11 by 14, right? And similarly, probability of C under the condition that AB means A intersection B. That means A has occurred and B has also been occurred. So what is the probability that the third one is also a good one? What is that? It will be, yes, out of 11, 1 is drawn, only 10 is there and 13. So it is 10 by 13. We need what? A intersection B intersection C is the event that all the 3 oranges are good. This is the event. So probability of A, B, C. That means A intersection B intersection C will be what? We know it is probability of A from multiplication theorem. Probability of A into probability of B condition A into probability of C condition AB. Right? So you know probability of A, you know probability of B condition A, you know probability of C condition AB. So put the values, you will get the result. This is the probability that the box will be selected for sale or will be approved for sale. Right? So let us discuss about question number 4. Yes. What is question number 4? A fair coin and an unbiased die are tossed. Let A be the event head appears and B be the event 3 on the die. Right? You see what happened? A fair coin and an unbiased die are tossed. Let A be the event that head appears on the coin and B be the event that 3 appears on the die. Check whether A and B are independent or not. Right? You see, A is the event. What is that? The coin shows head. Coin shows head. And B be the event that the die shows 3. Right? You see, a die has 6 faces and each face is number represents one number from starting from 1 to 6. Anyway, so while you are throwing a die, B is the event that 3 will obtain. 3 will be on the die. 3 will appear. And A is the event that the coin shows head. Now, we have to test whether these two events are independent or not. Yes. So let us test, let us verify whether they are independent or not. Achha. When they will be independent? When probability of A intersection B will be equal to probability of A into probability of B. Let us first find out what is probability of A. Probability of A will be what? Yes, 1 by 2. Because a coin has 2 faces. One face is marked as head and the other face is tail. So probability of getting a head is 1 by 2. And what is the probability of getting 3? It is 1 by 6. 1 by 6. So let us come to the combined experiment when both the experiments are done simultaneously, performed simultaneously. That means here the sample space will be what? Sample space will be, cardinality of the sample space will be 2 into 6. Because cardinality of the coin is 2. Cardinality of the, cardinality of the coin, the experiment, in the experiment where we are tossing a coin, the cardinality of the sample space is 2 because the sample space will contain head and tail. And while we are throwing a die, cardinality of the sample space will be 6 because here the sample space contains the number from 1 to 6. So cardinality means number of elements present, number of outcomes present in the sample space will be 6. So while we are performing the experiments simultaneously, the cardinality of the sample space will be 2 into 6. Both the experiments are performed at a time. Yes, then cardinality of the sample space will be this. and out of these, that means it is 12. Anyway, what is the cardinality? That the coin shows head and it shows 3. So it will be only one case. Yes, here sample space will be what? Say head 1, head 2, head 3, like this up to head 6. Right. Similarly, tail 1, tail 2, tail 6. Yes, out of these, only one case is there where head and 3 they come. Right. So probability of getting A intersection B. Probability of A intersection B is what? Probability of A intersection B is 1 by 30, sorry, not 36, it is 12. 6 plus 6, 12. Cardinality of the sample space is 12. So it is 1 by 12. Now you see 1 by 12 can be written as 1 by 2 into 1 by 6. That is probability of A into probability of B. Yes, these two events satisfy the multiplication theorem. Probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. So they are independent. Two events A and B will be independent when probability of A intersection B will be equal to probability of A into probability. Here it is equal. So here, so A and B are independent. So events A and B are independent. Right. Then we'll go to question number 5. A die marked 1, 2, 3 in red and 4, 5, 6 in green. Red 1, 2, 3 and green 4, 5, 6. These numbers are marked green, marked in green. Yes, a die is tossed. Let A be the event, the number is even. The number is, this is question number 5. The number is even. B is the event that the number is red. The number is red. Then it is just, what is just? Are A and B are independent? Again the question is there. Whether A and B are independent or not. So we have to find out probability of A, probability of B and probability of A intersection B. We will verify whether probability of A intersection, yes, what will be, yes, the number is even. What will be probability of A? What is the number of even numbers there? There are 2, 4, 6, 3 numbers. So it is 3 by 6. Here sample space S is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 6. So it is 3 by 6. What is probability of B? Probability of 3 by 6 means it is 1 by 2. Probability of B is 3. It is also, the number is red. Red also 3. 3 by 6, that is also 1 by 2. And what is A intersection B? The number is even but red. The number is even but red. There is only one even number which is red. So out of 12, only one case is there. So it is 1 by 12. 12 of A intersection, understand? Only one red face is there where which represents 2. So it is 1 by 12. Probability of A intersection B will be 1 by 2. The number is even and the number is red. So 1 by 12, that can be written as 1 by 12. Yes, it is not equal to probability of A into probability of B. So these two events A and B are not independent because probability of A intersection B, A the number is even. Even number means you may write here this is 2, 4, 6 and B the number is red. Red is given, it is 1, 2, 3, right? And probability of A will be 3 by 6, it is also 3 by 6. And what is A intersection B? You see there is only one common element, 2, so its probability will be 1 by 6. Sorry, not 1 by 12, it is 1 by 6. Because there are 6 numbers on the die. So it is 1 by 6. And but this is not equal to probability of A into probability of B. Because probability of A is 1 by 2 and probability of B is also 1 by 2. So they are not equal. Thus A and B are not independent. They are not independent. Sorry. They are not independent. Right? Let us come to question number 6. Right? Question number 6. Let E, F be events with probability of E is given, probability of F is given, probability of E intersection F is also given. R, E and F, it is very easy. Test whether probability of E intersection F is equal to probability of E into probability of F or not. Let us test calculating these two. Okay. Now question number 7. Given that event A and B are such that probability of A is half, probability of A union B is 3 by 5 and probability of B is P. Find P if they are mutually exclusive. Yes. What is given? Let us discuss. Very interesting question. Right. Probability of A is given, it is 1 by 2. Probability of A union B, probability of A union B, this is 3 by 5. And probability of P, probability of B is equal to P. And in case 1, it is question number 7, right? Find P if mutually exclusive. If A and B are mutually exclusive. Yes, mutually exclusive means they have no common element. They have no common element. And if A and B are mutually exclusive, yes, probability of A union B will be what? It is probability of A plus simply probability of addition theorem. Probability of A plus probability of B. Because A intersection B is null set. And this is equal to, it is given, it is half plus P, right? But probability of A union B is given, what is this? This is 3 by 5. 3 by 5. And from this you can calculate P. P is equal to 3 by 5. 3 by 5 minus half. 10, 6 minus 5. That is 1 by 10. In this way it can be calculated. And the second bit, in the second bit it is asked to find P if A and B are independent. If they are independent. Yes. If they are independent, then probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. That is equal to, what is probability of A intersection B? Probability of A is given, it is half, it is P. That means P by 2. Probability of A intersection. And probability of A union B is here probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. This implies it is 3 by 5, which probability of A 1 by 2 plus P minus P by 2, right? And this implies 3 by 5 minus half is equal to P minus P by 2 means it is P by 2. From this 10, 6 minus 5 is equal to P by 2. This implies 1 by 10 is equal to P by 2. That means P is equal to 1 by 5. 1 by 5. So this is the value of P, right? Okay. Yes, in the next lecture we will discuss the other remaining problems. Okay. Thanks.